Will Eisner was one of the first graphic novel artists. He wrote a book called Contract with God. There are social issues, environmental issues that you find in the graphic novels. The early graphic novels had to publish their own work. As time went on, graphic novels became more and more acceptable, and they are now very popular, especially with the young people. They tell stories. He needs to set out the way he's going to approach the story. He needs to decide on how the panels are going to tell the story. Each panel tells part of the story, and between the panels we have the gutter. The gutter serves as closure for the panel before. The panels can be any shape or size. When he's telling the story, that he tells the story from left to right, so that the people who are reading the book will logically follow it like Americans read. This matter is Life Below by Will Eisner. Will Eisner is one of the outstanding graphic novel people. There is an award named for Will Eisner because he's one of the first people who made graphic novels. It says chase, and look at the face. The face tells you the story. Look how the artist has exaggerated the anatomy to get the effect of the Sandman by Mark Howell. This panel shows one man's search for truth in a world made up of lies. Here's an example of a page from the story In Town, and the story is told without words. The artist has artistic license. He can have a long panel to tell the story, and we have some shorter ones and long ones here. All this, as long as you can read left to right, tells the story. This panel is by Brian Fries, Nurse Sis and I Talk. It's about his mother having cancer. We push, balance, pull. Can you feel this? Resist, hold, push. Follow my finger, pull, listen, breathe, down, push, pull, feel. This panel is by Peter Cooper. It's telling about man's assault on the environment. We start out in the subway with a man singing to tell people. Nobody's listening. He comes over to the next panel. He's singing and the birds are flying. And here we have a bird screaming, please save our environment. Our environment is exploding. Our man is singing again in the subway, and nobody is paying attention to the story he is telling. Again, the story is told without. When you first look at a graphic novel, you think you can just read through it really fast, but you really need to stop and look, because every panel tells a story. The artist has included so many details for you to look at. Is it right to say that a picture is worth 1,000 words?